So moving on to our next category in the great Golden Quarter Awards. We didn't even think of a proper name. Yeah. We'll edit it in. We'll like clumsily edit it in every time we say year-end awards version 1 or anything.
It's like, welcome to the Quarter Munchers year-end awards. And like where I say year-end awards, I'll just edit in like great end of year awards or yeah, like I'll make sure it's the cheesiest voiceover I could possibly come up with.
Oh, but so next up, it's Best Original Soundtrack.
So this is my favorite category, by far.
Yeah, this was one like definitely that I had a hard time really like nailing down and deciding what I want. You know, there's one that's inarguable, you know, easily fucking obviously on the list that I'll get to. But the other two, the second and third place, were a little tough for me to decide because so many great games came out this year and so many games with so much like great music came out this year.
Oh yeah, it was a great year for it.
If licensed, because I made the category Best Original Soundtrack, but if we included licensed music, I could have put Gundam Versus on there because they got a surprising amount of the music from all the shows. But it doesn't count because it's all licensed. So at third place for my picks, Persona 5. A lot of people are probably going to be mad about that it didn't even get second. But I mean, I loved the music in Persona. Like, I listen to the soundtracks to Persona 3 and 4 pretty regularly, like when I work out and stuff. And Persona 5 was right in there with those two. It's really
it is
solid.
A game that it's a game that has consistently put out good soundtracks forever.
Yeah, and it's so like fresh and different. You know, it's not just either orchestral or orchestral sounding MIDI music, or the typical kind of fantasy sounding, kind of bland like movie soundtrack that you get now. It's jazzy, it's fun, it's light, it's it's hip, it's now, it's what the kids are into. It's that lo-fi jazz, jazz hop stuff. The shit you find mixes of on YouTube with like rain sounds for 10 hours. The Persona 5 soundtrack
lo-fi
is
beats
fantastic.
To study to.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's a beautiful soundtrack. Game is beautiful. I watched my roommate play most of it because I don't got that kind of time to watch him play it and then also play it myself. Yeah. But yeah, fantastic fucking game. Great soundtrack. In second place is the really big fucking cop-out. Like, I had to give this game at least a couple of awards. Game, and that's Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, which technically came out this year, even though it's just an upgrade of Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator.
I'm calling bullshit. Come on, dude.
No,
it's an upgrade. The game's been out for
2 new characters. It was $40. There's a physical disc you can buy.
Did you just have to Google to make sure that there was a full disc you could buy before you said that?
No, I was making sure it came out this year, which it did.
There was a few games I put on the list initially that I'm like, that was this year, right? Oh shit, that was last year? Fuck!
Yeah, I had a couple of those. But, you know what, fuck off. It's my category. It's my goddamn awards show. I'm Jeff Keighley here. I'm the Keighley now. And I say Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2 had a fucking great soundtrack. It's a game. It's its own thing at GameStop. You can go buy a copy.
I can't argue that the case at all. It's just the words cop out is exactly how that goes.
Besides, I mean, games are like barely even a thing anymore as like individual concepts now. Fucking, you've got early access and DLC and all this shit. But yeah, so Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2. Guilty Gear is like my favorite thing ever. I had to get it on the list somehow. Even though, it only came out with a 2-character expansion this year. I was like, I need to do something.
I mean, it did have more story
and it's
elements
legit a
to
great
it,
fucking soundtrack. That's true. It did also have expanded story mode. It had more model viewer stuff, I think.
I'll concede that a little bit.
Yeah.
But do better next time.
Don't worry, it's not on any serious categories, and the soundtrack is legit fucking great on that game. Anyway.
Yeah, I can't argue that at all. That's absolutely fucking it.
So
hands off, we're good.
So number 1, and you're about to start detecting a theme. Nier Automata. Which, fuck, man. I'm surprised we made it this far in the awards without me mentioning Nier Automata, because damn, that's a good game. Nier Automata.
I've only really gotten my hands on the demo, but the score and the way that it makes the game feel is outstanding.
Oh yeah, the whole score through and through is pitch perfect. Every mood, every scene, whenever you're playing the game, the music is always exactly what it needs to be. Not like Xenoblade Chronicles. With its weird hip-hop battle track and terrible mixing. I'm sorry. The Xenoblade games have been... I don't know why people like them as much as they do. Because there's some bad decisions. But anyway, Nier Automata. This is what... If we're going to talk about sexy robots, at least make them more than 14 years old, which they are in Nier Automata. Yeah, the score is just fantastic. The choral arrangements of everything, the feeling of it, it's so emotional. I listen to the Nier Automata soundtrack at work, and I get fucking misty just thinking about the game. I'm like, God damn it, because you've got all the voices and everything where it's just fucking play it. It's so good.
I would love
and there's
to.
So much.
I'm gonna say, I might be looking. I know it's not on the Steam sale, but I don't want to get it on PC because of everything that. I don't want to have to repatch it on a third-party patch to make it even playable.
No. Yeah, no. The PS4 version is definitely the way to go. And also, if I were you, I would probably wait a few days, maybe a week, on getting it. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, no, because I know that there's a few more PSN sales and everything like that, so I might see if it's gonna pop up in the last one.
Sure. But yeah. So, Nier Automata, fucking my favorite soundtrack of the year. It's my list. I love it.
The game
I can't
of games.
drop the mic because Charlie McDennis. I can't drop the mic because it's in a stand, so
and also really fucking expensive.
The soundtrack or the game? Oh, the mic. Yeah. This is still my SM57 because I'm lazy, but...
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, because you had to do the same thing that I spent 3 hours this afternoon doing, is setting up the new mic and the new audio interface and making sure everything was going to be perfect.
Yeah, I haven't had time, and I'm lazy.
Again... Perfectly
it's
fair.
It's Christmas to New Year's is just, I don't even want to be alive right now. I just want to take a nap.
Yep. Although
I shouldn't be going to work.
3-day weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah,
my
Johnny,
3 for best original. My 3 for best original soundtrack. Number 3, a game that it didn't necessarily fall under the radar, but it was one of those weird sort of indie titles that I think everyone was going to gloss over. But usually those indie titles everyone gloss over there's something about it that's so gorgeous, and the soundtrack to What Remains of Edith Finch.
Ah.
And the way that it really complements everything that goes on in that game is incredible.
Nice.
And while we're talking about best original soundtrack and the way atmospheric everything, the soundtrack to Hollow Knight. Which, Mitch, I thank you for getting me the version that comes with the soundtrack. I've been listening to shit out of that.
Yeah.
But it's the way that, like, you know, you'll go into, like, the shrine areas where, like, it's the gorgeous crystals and everything. The music in the background with it is great. When you're up above ground, all you hear is just wind rushing over things and, like, a little bit of sort of plinky new age piano. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of this, obviously, because Ori and the Blind Forest was last year and not this year. Otherwise, that would have been fucking #1 in my book. And #1, the first of many times you will hear me mention the glorious thing that is on my shirt. My original soundtrack of the year goes to Cuphead.
Good choice.
In the amount of just engineering and writing and everything that went to the big band soundtrack that goes in everything. They actually did a whole like a whole video series of everything that goes on in, you know, like in the studio, like it's them recording everything. It's like 50 people in an ensemble room.
Damn.
I can't believe what they went through for this game. But yeah, Cuphead. Again, this is not the last time you'll hear me mention these awards.
Yeah. And that fucking the soundtrack they released on, what was it, like 4 or 5 or 6 LPs in like the retro like vintage packaging and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I would get, but I don't have $100 I can just sort of shit out.
Yeah. It's pretty much where I am right now, too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, says the person that went to the I Am 8-bit booth at PAX.
And that's why I don't have money now, because I spent money then.
But the choices you got were great from PAX stuff. I'm not gonna. I can't hate on that.
I don't think. Yeah, and I don't think they had Cuphead at the time. It was too early.
No, I don't even think it was. I don't even know if it was out when you went to PAX. No, it was like 2 weeks off of release.
Yeah, they were demoing it. They had booths for it, but yeah, I didn't see like the soundtrack anywhere. Anyway, so